Hello YouTube and welcome to a new video. I figured out I wanted to solve some tactics today, so that's what we're gonna do. And I've failed at 70 up to this point and passed 378. So that's an 84% of winning for me. But that is way too much, I would say. And a lot of times when I've done these videos, I've been on and off about whether or not to solve for accuracy, because sometimes it's really fun and sometimes it's not that fun to sit for 15-20 minutes, maybe that long, maybe even longer for one single tactic. But today I'm going to try to just solve them as accurately as possible, or at least do my best to do it. And I want this rating, this tactics rating, to go up, because in the previous videos it has gone up and down and up and down again. So that's why I hope today will be my lucky day. So let's start. And okay, so this is an endgame puzzle. King to a3. What are we going to do here? So this rook is kind of unprotected. I would very much like to just play bishop to b4 check, but let's say king to b2. Then what do I play? I'm not entirely sure, actually. Huh. And yes, I am getting a bit freaked out by that voice you hear. I assume you can hear it as well. It's my stepmom. Okay. I don't see an immediate win here. Like, if I give this check, then king to b3 or b2, and then then I can play bishop to d2 maybe. If king to b2, so if king b3, then what? So that's the question. Bishop b4 check. If king b2, then bishop to d2 check. But he has a rook there as well. Rook to b3. Alright. So it doesn't quite work. He can actually play king to b2 as well. What if I give a check on b2? Let's just look at that. Bishop b2 check, rook captures b2. And then I don't have rook c3. Nope. What about just rook to c5? Just bring my rook down. If he takes with either one of the rooks, I'm going to checkmate. And he can't step out with his king. And if he tries to block it somehow, let's say king to a4, then still rook a5 is a mate. Yeah, that kind of looks... that looks good. So rook c5, what can he do about that? Rook c5. Let's say rook e5, rook captures e5, rook captures c3, and then rook a5. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. And problem solved. Okay. So this is my first tactic that I've been solving in like, I don't know, 3 weeks probably. So this is gonna be difficult. I guess. I feel it is gonna be difficult, but hey, what are we gonna do about it? Well, you don't get better at tactics by not solving them, at least. Rook to g3. Okay. What is happening? I would like to play queen to f2, threatening both the rook and the check on f8. But after queen f2, then rook captures h3 check, king captures h3, queen captures h6 check, king goes back to g2, and 2 minor pieces for a rook is good for black in this position, I would say. So queen f2 is out of the question due to rook captures h3, I think. I don't see a good continuation after that. Bishop f5 is a possibility. Getting that queen away. But bishop f5, yeah, rook j2 doesn't work either. So maybe bishop f5 works in this position. Just kicking that queen away. Bishop f5, what can it do? I don't see it. I don't see how he's going to defend against that. So let's do it. Okay. That's a good move, but I think even after this move, I'm better. Really? Okay, let's continue then. Just taking the queen. Why did I not think about that? That was just ridiculous, right? That I didn't see that? I like it. And that one was rated quite high as well. 2,400 in my beep. Alright. Rook to g8. I would very much like to play rook captures e5 check, king captures rook h5 check. But the problem is I do not think I have enough on that. Well, rook h5 immediately, maybe that's an idea. Maybe. So rook h5, if knight captures, then rook captures e5 check, king f4. Then queen can't go anywhere, right? So I have to take with my queen. Queen captures e5 check. No, I have to take with the rook. Rook captures e5, king f4. And then queen to f7. No, queen f7 doesn't work either. Rook h5, knight captures h5. Maybe g4 first. g4. I love it. That looks really strong. So rook h5 check, knight captures h5, g4 check. What are his options? He can play king f4 and king e6. If king e6, then rook captures e5 check. King d6. Maybe not. Rook h5, check, knight captures. g4, king e6. Check, king d6. Queen e7 check, king c6. Yeah, and then rook e6 is mate. Yeah. But I haven't looked at the other line though. King to f4. And now I almost took immediately with my rook. I'm gonna have to look through this again. I'm so sorry, but I was stupid. I calculated one variation, but not everything. So again, can I play rook captures e5 check first? Instead, let's look at g4 first. g4 check, king f4. g4, king f4. Rook captures e5 check. King f3. And then queen f7 check. Then there's knight f4. Okay. g4 check. King f4. Rook captures king f3. What if I go back to e3 first check? Then the king has to... Okay, g4. There. Queen captures. King captures. I don't see a mate. That's the thing. After g4, king f4. I can't take on e5 with my rook, so I have to take it with my queen then. And after queen captures e5 check, king captures g4. I don't see it, so let's fight this again with rook captures e5. Rook captures e5, forcing king to f4. And then g3. g3. If knight captures, pawn captures back, and then king to f3. Yeah, it looks really, really good. g3. g3 now. Isn't that the obvious choice? I mean, I don't have much else. Let's go for g3. Alright. And if I take the rook immediately, what happens after queen b1? Queen b1 check, king h2, queen c2 check, king g1 or king h3. Yeah, I'm just losing there. No, maybe not. After king h3, queen g2, king h4, queen h2 check, king g5, queen captures g3. Yeah, I'm losing the queen. I'm losing the queen if I take that rook. Or getting mated. So queen f6 is my idea. Or queen f7 looks good as well, because You're kind of forcing him to step into the file. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, that one was a bit tricky. I didn't think what to play, and I didn't know what to play, but yeah, I kind of liked it. Kind of. And by taking the rook immediately, that loses. I honestly believe that. Okay, rook to a8. White to move. So one thing I could look at is rook captures e7, but I noticed that my back rank is so weak that if I do that and play rook to d7 later on, he has queen to e1 check, and after rook d1, queen captures checkmate. So that's not a good option. I could play rook d7 immediately. Might be a good idea. Rook d7, knight captures d7, pawn captures d7. And we are threatening nastiness in that position. He can't even move his bishop there. I kind of like it. I kind of like that. Well, what if rook d7 and bishop to d8? Then we simply take with our knight or rook. So rook d7, bishop d8, knight captures, rook captures, queen, rook captures, queen captures, queen captures, mate. Yeah. Rook d7. Okay, so let's look at that one more time. Knight captures d7, pawn captures d7. What does he do? And what do I do? Like, you can play g6. And I could go for d8, queen. Bishop captures, knight captures, rook captures. But it doesn't lead anywhere. That's the thing. Rook d7, knight captures d7. What about queen captures d7? Now, queen captures d7 does not work. He has too much mobility with this bishop here. But maybe he does either way, doesn't he? So rook d7, knight captures, pawn captures. He can actually place his bishop somewhere else, let's say to b4. Because I thought I had rook to e8 check, which was a mate, but this rook is guarding that nicely. But he can't really move the bishop though, because I am threatening to push my pawn. But instead, let's say g6. What do I play then? G6, then I have no idea. Maybe there's something completely different that I haven't seen or looked at. I mean, I could go for rook captures e7, queen captures, and then rook d8 check. Rook d8 check. Rook captures d8, queen captures d8, queen captures d8, knight captures d8. And then king e8. c7, king d7, and I don't promote. I do not promote there. I want to promote. Give me the promotion. I hope my boss is watching this. I need my promotion. Rook captures e7, queen captures e7. Then rook d7? No. That's what I said. He has queen e1 mate. Rook captures e7, queen captures e7. Rook d8 check, rook captures d8. I could even play queen to d8 immediately. That's actually not making much difference, is it? Yeah, it does. Of course it does. What am I talking about? No, I can play queen d8. And if the rook captures, then rook captures back, then queen captures, so it doesn't matter really. And then knight captures, king e7 or king e8. c7, king d7, and no. No. I have rook to d7, but I don't see how I'm going to continue after that. Rook d7, knight captures, pawn captures, g6, and I'm blind. And, well, maybe after rook d7, knight captures, pawn captures, g6, maybe I have rook captures e7. And after... No, I don't. What am I talking about? There, takes, g6, takes, d8, queen, rook captures. The queen would have to capture. If I capture with my knight, he has a mate again, so I have to capture with my queen there. He can either take or play king to g7. And in both cases, I end up with a knight versus a rook. Not favorable for me. Alright. Okay, so what about knight captures c5? If bishop captures back, then I have queen to b7 or d7 probably. Take, queen b7 forces the rook to go somewhere. But queen d7 I like more. It is more forcing, queen d7. Although it does not attack anything, it doesn't allow rook to e8. Okay, that's my final solution, I think. Knight captures c5, bishop captures c5. And then queen to d7. Just trying to push that pawn. After queen d7, let's say g6 there. Again, That is ridiculous. So maybe queen b7 is the most forcing. Queen b7. He has to spend a move guarding the rook. Or putting it to safety. So let's say rook to e8 there. And then rook captures e8, king captures back. And then c7. Okay, I'm gonna go for that. I don't see anything else. Like, I can double check right now to see if I see anything else, but I really don't think that I will. So queen d7, as I mentioned, g6, and if I push c7, then king g7, and he's holding together. That pawn is not going anywhere in the near future, at least. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Let's just take it then. That is so weird. That is so weird. But yeah, this is probably better for black if he wants to continue. Like, he's down the exchange, but it's not the end of the world, although this pawn is really a strong piece. Let's continue. E captures f5, alright. So, something that I really don't, well, I both like and dislike it about tactics in general. But I really enjoy those books where you don't know if there is a tactic in the position or not. Because when you're solving this right here, you're trying to just solve a puzzle, right? But in a book, you're solving for so much more, because if you think you have the answer and there's no tactic in the position, then you would have lost the game. So I kind of like those puzzles as well, where you have to think whether or not let's say a sacrifice is any good, and look for every single move that he can play. So that's something to think about. Like, if you really love tactics and want to be much better, I think solving them from a book where they don't tell you if there is a tactic or not, but it looks that way at least, that's kind of special, because that makes you, your frame of thinking becomes much more closer to a real game. But these tactics or these puzzles are just meant for you to kind of learn the patterns. Okay, so we have a couple of checks here. We have queen e2 or rook, either rook to e1. I'm guessing rook h to e1 if that is the case, to keep on the pressure of the d7 bishop. We could go for, let's say, queen to d5, but I don't think that is such a good idea. Like, he can trade queens after bishop a3 check. That loses a lot of momentum in the position. So let's say rook h e1 first. King d8, I assume. And queen captures f7, queen a3 check, king a1. Yeah, that is only one line though, but Looks scary, but what if bishop to a3? But he has bishop to e6. That's a good point. So if rook h to e1, he has bishop to e6. That is actually quite annoying. So then I have to start looking at sacrifices on d7. Rook captures d7 check, king captures d7, queen d5 check, king goes back to e7, rook e1 check, king f8, and there's nothing there. Cool. I don't see a good continuation here. I really don't. So maybe queen d3 instead, then probably a check or rook h to d8, maybe. Or even bishop e6, yeah. What about rook d5? Rook d5 looks actually promising. Rook d5, if bishop e6, then I'm going to take the c5 bishop with my queen. And if bishop to a3 check, king a1. I'm threatening his queen. Where does the queen go? Queen b6? Or queen b5? No, queen b5, what am I talking about? So queen b6 and then rook h to d1. Or then rook h e1 first, give me a check. Yeah, I like that. So bring my rook up to d5, makes him play either one of these checks, but if bishop to a3 at least, then king a1. The queen would have to step all the way back to d8 to guard this bishop, but still that doesn't work. But let's say queen to c7, then I take, queen to b6, then I play rook h e1 check. If king d8, then I play rook to e to d1. Then if rook to b7, let's say, I take. And there's not much else to really do for him, I think. If queen e6, then I take, and after pawn takes, I take the bishop. Looks really, really good. But what about rook d5, queen a3 check, king a1? Then bishop to d6. Then rook h e1 check. But then again, he has bishop here. Probably he has that even after bishop a3. So rook d5, bishop a3 check, king a1, rook h e1 check, bishop to e6. So if I take here, he's going to take here on c4. But then I can simply take that bishop first and then take. Yeah. Okay, so it has to be queen a3 check, king a1, and then queen b6, rook h e1 check. Yeah, it looks really good. I don't see anything else, so let's go for it. And problem solved. Alright. So now we're just gonna do some random stuff. What else can it be? Oh man, oh man. Okay, let's take there then. Okay. Really? Alright. That is weird. That one was rated 1874. Like, I saw that I could take that bishop, and I really thought about it. But I didn't see this move at all. Queen captures f7. That's the problem. If I had calculated that a bit more, then probably I would have gotten it. And now we're down to more than we started with. Yay. h6, okay. So knight captures f7. Is that an idea? Or knight captures e6. Maybe that's even stronger. Knight captures e6, forces him to capture back or lose his queen. And then queen h5. Check, of course. g6, bishop captures g6, pawn captures g6, queen captures g6, king d7. And then... what? So knight captures here, pawn captures back, queen h4, 5 check, g6, bishop captures, knight captures, queen, king to d7, maybe just f5. Looks very strong. f5. Yeah, f5. f5 looks really good. But let's double check. Not give a double check, but let's just see if there's something I'm missing here. I don't have any more checks with my queen, at least. And I need to get another piece involved, and the only way I see to do that is by playing f5, and I don't see how he's going to defend. So after f5, if pawn captures f5, then probably queen to d6 check. After king here, I'll take, and that should be GG. But yeah. Okay, problem solved. Let's continue. King f1. Okay. Now, this is a tough spot for black, I would say. The knight can't be moved, and white is also threatening rook a8. Winning the rook on h8. How the hell am I supposed to do anything here? Really? what kind of sick man actually wins this? Well, I guess I'm gonna find out. All the respect to this guy. I have rook f2 check, king captures f2, pawn to e3 check, king captures e3, and then knight to f5. But he doesn't have to take that pawn, he can go simply king to f1 back, and I don't have a check. And if then e2, then he can take that. There is no check again. I can play rook g to g8, but after rook a8 check. Maybe I'm actually holding on there, just barely, but that's even material. So what I'm thinking is, after rook g to g8 and rook to a8 check, I have king to f7. Then if rook captures g8, then I have king captures g8. So the knight on h4 is not under attack. Well, it's under attack, but it's not going to get captured. But that's pretty much it. That's all I can see. I mean, rook h to g8, then rook a8 anyways, and that's just losing. I have rook to h5. But still he can take on h4, and after rook captures back, then king captures g2, and here's a knight up there. And he's also a pawn up from the start. The only thing that I see that holds is rook g to g8. Oh man. Rook f2 doesn't work, rook g1 doesn't work. Knight g6 doesn't work for several reasons. Both rook a8 and king captures g2. Okay, rook g to g8 is probably my answer here. This move right here. Like, I don't see anything else. Nothing. Yeah, let's go for that. And of course it is not the right solution. What the actual... Really? Really? Wow, okay. Are you kidding me? So if he plays this move... Oh, I had to go to the analysis there. Yeah. Here we go. If it can work properly, then that would be perfect. Let's see here. And if rook here right now, king f7, takes. This is a mate in 2. Are you kidding me? Oh man, that is nice. Okay. Knight to e7. Okay. This is not going well. I just briefly considered e6, but I didn't see what would happen after rook a8. So bishop or queen, which check is the best check? Probably bishop. So bishop f7 check, king d7, and then queen to d3. Seems to me that like that's winning the queen. Okay, problem solved. That was a weird one. So do we take with the bishop or the rook? I think I've had this before actually. So if rook captures, then knight captures c4, and queen f7 check. The queen would have to capture. I definitely have had this before, but I don't remember what it is. Rook captures f1, knight captures c4, queen f7 check, queen captures, pawn captures, king f8. I don't see a continuation there. After king f8, maybe bishop g5, because he can't play d6. If he does, then I have bishop to e7 check. He's forced to take that, and then I queen. And after bishop g5, if knight to d6, then I still have bishop to e7, right? I think that I do. So if rook captures, knight captures, queen check, queen captures, check, king here, bishop g5. That is winning. Okay, problem solved. I know I've had this before, and I know I've gotten it wrong, but I couldn't remember it. This was kind of an easy puzzle for 2,400 rated, or almost 2,500 actually. Yeah, whatever. Let's continue. Queen to e2. Those bishops of mine are really, really deep into the enemy's camp. Wow. But what can I do about it? What can I do about it? Bishop f3, queen f2, bishop captures g4, rook captures h6, that's not what I want. can I sacrifice? Can I sacrifice? Queen captures f1, check. Queen captures, check. Rook captures, check. King captures, bishop a6, check, and then king g2. Nope, not working. I could play bishop a6 though, immediately. So bishop a6, queen captures, queen f2 check, king h1, and then what do I play? And then queen captures f1 check, queen captures, rook captures check, king g2, and then rook captures c1. That is winning a piece for me. Okay, wow. I did not see that one coming. But can I just take on g6? If then queen captures g4. Check. Ah, that one is protected by the bishop then. By the queen, I mean. I did not see this at all. So maybe I have to capture here, then pawn captures, rook captures, bishop captures, and then I'm on a piece down there. G6. Wow. Of course there's something I'm missing here, but still. So queen captures g6, rook captures b5. Queen f6, same thing happens. Queen c7 doesn't work because both the rook and the queen is defending the h2 pawn. So we can take with either one on b5. That was a really annoying move, g6. Wow. Really annoying. Bishop captures h2. Check. Queen captures is not possible, so rook captures or king captures. If king captures, then queen to f2 check, winning that piece again. And if rook captures, then what? If rook captures, queen captures g6, queen captures b5. Not possible. So bishop captures h2, rook captures h2. What is the follow-up there? I almost thought I had it there for a sec. the thing is, even though I've gotten this far, I didn't see these moves, and I don't finish up with a punchline, and that's why I'm gonna fail if I play the wrong move here. So even though I've gotten this far, I don't get any points at all. Bishop captures h2, rook captures h2. There's nothing! Ah, of course! What am I thinking about? I can still take on f1 now. Why am I not seeing that? That is just weird. So taking here should work. Problem solved. Wow, that is ridiculous. 7 minutes on that puzzle. Alright, let's continue. Okay, I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it. Just pure calculation. I'll probably fail. King d7, king d4. Not taking on c7, but king c8. Let's look at that first. King c8, king... Okay, king d7, king d5, king c8, king captures c5, king b7. The thing is, the c7 pawn is not blocking me in. So king d7, king d5, king c8, king captures c5, king b7, king b5, king captures a7, c5. Okay, one more time. I'm losing track here. King d7, king d5, king c8, king captures, king b7, king b5, king captures a7, c5, king b7, and that pawn is ready to go all the way in. And I think I'm able to stop those pawns because this king is so far away from this queening square. What if king d7, king d5, king captures c7, king d7, king d5, king captures, king captures on c5, king b7, then king d6 is a worry of mine. After king d6, then but after king d6, I can still take, and if king to c7, king a8, c5, I have a7, but that's not winning. That is just a stalemate. That's why it's important to keep that pawn on c7 so that the king can't go around to d6 and then c7. Yay, problem solved. Okay, let's continue. Rook to e8. Immediately I think about knight captures c7. The queen can't capture back, and then I'll definitely gonna win the exchange. Back, and probably be a piece up. So knight captures c7. If rook captures e4, then I take back with my bishop, and if bishop captures back, then I take the other rook, and then bishop captures a8, and then I have two bishops versus one. No, I just have one bishop there. Okay, that's interesting. So knight captures c7, rook captures e4, bishop captures e4 back, bishop captures e4, Then if I take on a8, he's going to take back with his bishop on e4. Yeah, but still I'm a piece up, right? He gave away his rook for that pawn. Yeah, that seems to work out. And my battery is almost out. Alright, let's take. And problem solved. Okay, my battery is going so low that I'm going to stop right now. But this has been a good session, I think. Well, we've gained 6 points altogether. But it's been a great experience. So please like the video if you want to, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as follow me on Twitch and chess.com if you'd like. My name, as you can see in the right hand corner there, is Crimson Knight on chess.com. And on Twitch, it's Norwegian Chess Giant. Thank you. Bye bye.